trade recap, and I tried to make it short because I was recording this, 2 times, and I was a bit talking too much. Anyways, 3 losing trades, but at some point very refreshing because it just shows me the rules I'm adding, it's getting better, everything falls in line, and this is like the confirmation combination of all the things I've done in the past that I will for sure get my McLaren this year. 720th Spider, baby! Alright, now let's focus on the charts. I was taking 2 Ls on EURUSD, and let me break it down to you. Let's go to the daily bias. Now, we see we had here lower highs going on, but last week it broke out clearly of this, of this bearish trendline liquidity, and also building a new higher high after ongoing lower highs. So we can pretty much say your USD is to go higher and higher. Also in combination with the fact that rates cuts will pretty much happen end of September in combination with the NFP news from last week Friday. Now, knowing that and also seeing the candle bullish in the early morning, we can go down to the 1 hour candle time frame. And of course, we see the spike movement, this aggressive expansion, and also then, following the retracement. And this alone, also in combination with the daily bias, gives us more confirmation that price is probably going higher and higher because we have here a very big fair value gap, but respected, clean swing low in the 1 hour, so cool. Now, on the 15 and 5 minutes, I saw here like different phases of consolidation. Cool, cool. Now, the thing is, I was going short because I saw here consolidation going on, and then we had here a relatively strong distribution to the upside, and I thought, okay, this is a perfect AMD setup. We see here accumulation manipulation into this resistance zone, which is pretty clean and refreshing to see. So I was entering of that, targeting this lows because I wanted to see then a manipulation to the downside, the distribution, in order to go higher, to have more liquidity, if it makes sense. Now, this isn't particularly a bad setup, but as you can see, it happens, it got invalidated, and overall, if you ask me, I don't think this is like a very bad setup. Also, afterwards, of course, there are certain things which I could have done better. Well, actually, only one thing, wait. Because I liked what I saw, but the problem is there was still, some kind of uncertainty going on because I didn't have any prominent levels on the 1 hour right here, only like consolidation. So I didn't really have like this backbone. So overall, like there will like be only 2 scenarios where I would have acted very, very well of that is either entering of here, seeing okay, taking out these highs and also respecting the zone, and then later getting stopped up, but at least I was like pretty, well biased and I'm okay with, seeing my setup being invalidated, or waiting because I'm a bit uncertain because of this, what I mentioned, the prominent levels on the 1 hour. Then we see it was going higher and higher, a very aggressive expansion, and then it was going to the downside. And I was going long here because order block, a clean one, manipulation, liquidity grab, liquidity sweep on this level from this very prominent low on the 5 minutes. But I can tell you why this also is like actually not a very great trade. Like overall the setup, like it makes sense, yeah. It's not bad overall, but the problem is very simple, let me tell you. Now, as I mentioned, the most like literally almost the only thing which makes me think this isn't like the best setup which I was ever, having overall, like, or why I could have prevented myself from this trade is because, as I mentioned, on the 1 hour, we don't have clean permanent levels. That's the problem. We don't have like a swing high and seeing a break of structure above it or market structure shift. So this is my main problem. So it's more like a bit of, okay, uncertainty a bit because this is like literally in the middle of a rally, like of this expansion. And we are just scaling that on the 5 minutes, so it's a bit scary to watch it. And yeah, now afterwards, it makes sense to me that I got invalidated, and also, only thinking rational and logically about it, it's a bit uncertain, like uneven that it actually is going to proceed, during this, right, to go more to the opposite, that aggressive, if it makes sense to you. Now if the paper trader was entering here, because we see here support being respected multiple times, and I would target this swing high. And this is what I'm talking about, because right now in the 1 hour we have here a swing high at prominent level. So this makes so much more sense. And one last thing I want to mention, which I observed, is London session fake out. You probably heard about it, and I was aware of that because I also heard it in a video, to be honest, but I wasn't really, aware how exactly it operates or it moves. Now, something I observed and I also compared on different days, that the London session fake out happens between 9 a.m. and 10:30. Why 10:30? Guess what is at 10:30? Asia session close. I mean, you also observe it, how price behaves after that. Go to the charts and compare it. Now, I'm here at UTC +2 time zone, GMT2, but honestly, it makes perfectly sense. Like, this crazy price action after London session open happens until 10:30, where Asia session closes. It makes perfectly sense. Now, the only thing I have to find out what exactly is the fake out. Is it the move up or the move down before Asia session close? Now, at least I observed this, that the fake out occurs in this time interval, but right now I have to find out which move is exactly the fake out. So it was a bit a lot, but this is like this is what I mean, that everything falls aligned. Also in combination with following my rules, it just falls aligned. I'm so fucking close to get the McLaren, honestly. Now, anyways, let's get back. Now we can go to the gold trade, and to be honest, this was straight up a gamble. This was straight up a gamble. But still, let me break it down to you overall. Daily bias, of course, we know, yeah, breakout of this very, very strong resistance level, and now we want to see gold, or we are going to see gold to build endlessly higher highs, all-time highs. Endlessly. Or at least it feels like endlessly. I mean, look at this crazy ass distribution, only because the dollar is, sucking dick pretty much at the moment, and we are waiting for the rates cut. So things can kind of, get back in place. And overall, just like observation, the recession might be close, or we are already in the recession. Okay, cool, I said it. Now, we know it's going to build higher highs, so you either want to take, the rally up or the retracement. So let's go to the 1 hour. But we don't want to trade all-time highs. Why? Because we have no data to compare it. We have no key levels, any important zones to compare it. So trading all-time highs is pretty much a gamble. I can remember like months ago where gold was all-time high, like I think, hold on, here. Well, I was trying to find out, I was like literally Googling how to trade all-time highs until I found out, okay, you can't really trade all-time highs, it's a gamble. Now, anyways, I know this right now because, of course, I'm daily here. I'm like standing up every single day, being here. But yeah, anyways, 1 hour, 50 minutes, what do we see? Yeah, of course, spike movement from Friday's news. But we also see here bearish consolidation, just like in other words, a small downtrend. And we want to see a breakout of this channel, right? Now, to be honest, I was seeing here price moving here in this range, and I was actually about to take this trade. Like, okay, we know it wants to go higher, and we are at the bottom of this channel. Maybe it will go down again, but at least we can, let's say, taking the highs when it gets to the roof from this channel, or seeing a breakout. Now, I wasn't taking this trade. Why? Because I can't afford it yet. I have to be super rock steady and not get into a position where I'm going to build up bad habits. Now, again, under different circumstances, if I would have like, I don't know, let's say 500k or 100k on my life account, I would have taken this trade with a maybe lower lot size and just watching price action, because if we see clearly it wants to break out, cool, we can close it, it's chill. But if not, then shit like this happens. But again, right now I can't afford it, so I'm not going to take this kind of trades. I have to be super calculative and snipe and razor sharp. Now, anyways, we saw this breakout, which is like the clear confirmation wants to go higher. And then after London session open, we saw, okay, it's kind of consolidating because guess what? Guess what follows the distribution? Exactly, consolidation. It's fucking clear. And I thought, okay, maybe we will see a retracement to the downside, like higher highs, higher lows, stuff like that. But it was pretty naive, and also in combination with knowing its all-time high, it was just a gamble. So overall, I wasn't really thinking too much. Entering this position was more like an impulse, so it was just like a stupid trade, but it's okay because I was following my rules for the day overall. Because yeah, I was taking free trades, but the thing is, this trade was a losing trade on my Funnel Challenge account. Then I closed MT5 because I lost a bit more than I was okay with. And this trade and this trade was on my live account. So I had like 2 losing trades in a row on my live account and 1 losing trade on my Funnel Challenge account. And after that, I closed everything. So for me overall, it's a good trade, like a good trading day. I was following my rules, and this is important. Also learning how important patience is, and also by following my rules today, it was pretty much easier to follow it. Like this was a bit more of an impulse, but still, it gets so much more easier to be patient, which just is going to make me so much money in the coming days. And the last thing I want to say about the Funnel Challenge account is I haven't lost that much. Like I lost like $35 on the 10K account, and before that, this was like the first trade on this account. But I still closed it because I was like, you know what? Maybe the lot was too big, or maybe I wasn't like, I was allowing myself to take this trade while I had like some uncertainty going on. So I'm done. It's okay. $35 lost for the day. I'm good with it. Closing, no over trading, no over lot sizing or shit like that. I'm good with it. And that's the way how you should play the game in order to win. And thankfully, I get it, or I got it, or I'm about to get it, because I was going for this for months, doing the same shit over and over again, like the mistakes. And obviously, this leads to nowhere. You need to reflect, stand still, and analyze every single part, and then adjust it, add rules, do whatever, generalize, in order to become like literally a millionaire. Like, it's stupid as it sounds, but yeah, this is like the way I'm going to frame it for you guys. So, luckily, I would argue I'm in a very fortunate position right now. I don't have the McLaren right now. I don't have like 10K right now, but it's everything falls aligned. So right now I'm just going to row, and God is going to steer. And I observe that by having those insights and learning and actually doing them in practice, like practicing those things. Like I was, to be honest, I was actually 1 or 2 times about to disrespect my rules. I fall short in one certain thing today. I was wanking, but I wasn't watching no corn like a coward. But still, overall, I'm following my rules. It's getting better. I'm getting there. That's the important thing. I'm getting there. And this gives me the certainty and this huge relief. Like, dude, holy shit. Thank God. Thank God, honestly. Man. And also, by the way, one thing I want to say, I'm also like in a swing trade in Solana. Like, this is like, when you can turn the video off, the trade recap is like right now done. We're talking about crypto, something in general. But one thing I really want to say, like, I received my salary last week on Friday, and before I was like over 2 weeks, no money. I had like zero money. I barely had money to eat food. I was living off tips from my pizza delivery jobs. Literally. I was living off tips. And then I was going on BitUnix, the platform of the exchange I'm trading, and then I saw, okay, I have a bonus. Like I was bored, I had nothing to do because I had no money. So I was going on BitUnix and I saw I have a bonus to claim, and I received 100 USDT. Now I couldn't withdraw it, unfortunately, but I could trade with it and keep the profits. And I was actually doing this. I was opening position, and then on Friday I was going aggressively to the downsides, going closer and closer to the way to getting liquidated. But because I decreased the leverage this time, because I'm getting better and I'm learning and consciously using my brain, I was not getting liquidated, and I was also not closing my position because I was like pretty certain that it will go higher, and in case if it wants to go lower, I will see it clearly and then I will take it. But I still saw, okay, there isn't like a very clear confirmation for that, so I was still holding this position. And right now, I was going pretty much like through the roof today. And that's what I mean. Use your brain. Be aware of the mistakes you've done. Because they're not the mistakes, they're data points to collect and get better. This is crazy. This is incredible, people. So use your brain. Stick to the process. And analyze and improve and increase your consciousness and change your perception. Make your unconscious mind conscious. Like, it's incredible. Like, honestly, don't give up. When you are like struggling, and maybe all these things I tell you right now, they don't help you because you don't understand them yet, because you haven't worked hard enough long with now success yet, then let me tell you one thing. God is giving you everything you need and you're asking for, but not the ways you expect. So you have to row and let God steer. You're in a boat with God. God is steering. You're rowing. Don't think too much about the direction you want to go. God is doing it all. Just row. Just work, expecting nothing, as stupid as it sounds. Just work, work. Don't focus on the outcome. Just work, because God is steering. And everything falls a line. Believe me. Cheers.